saw my last live, you know that I originally titled it Air Signs and then did Aries, Leo, Sag. And I was like halfway through. I don't know if I was already on Sag when I realized what I had done. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I just realized what I did. I know I put air signs in the title with Aries, Leo, Sag. So I was like, it bothered me. So anyways, this is a true air signs reading, you guys. So this is definitely going to be for our Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius people. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do it the same way I just did my fire signs. Is I'm going to pull a couple of Forest Spirit Oracle cards, and then I'm also going to pull a couple of the Wild Mystic Oracle cards, and then we'll go into some tarot for each sign individually. So the Oracle cards are going to be a collective. I'm just trying something new right now. I'm just trying to see how I can best utilize my time, get the content out for you guys without shorting you, and still have enough content for you guys to feel like I'm putting something out there for you and not leaving you in the cold. Okay, so I know that I'm just now coming back to YouTube. I don't have a whole lot of followers, so I don't feel like I'm putting too many people out. I hate to put one person out, but at least I feel like, you know, this is one of those growth periods for me again. So you can follow me on Facebook if you don't already. On Facebook at Blessing, Love, and Light. Excuse me. Tripping over my gum or my tongue or one or the other. I don't know. But anyways, you can follow me on Facebook at Blessings, Love, and Light. I did put the link to that in the description box above or below. Let's see. I will get timestamps up, so please allow a few minutes after. So I'm going to stop after this one. I'll get the timestamps up for the fire signs and then the timestamps up for the air signs. And then I'll go ahead and try and do my, gosh, I did, you know what I did is I wasn't even supposed to do fire signs yet. I was supposed to do air and water. So that's why I did that, now that I just thought about it. So then earth and water will be next. So, got a little miscombobulated. I'm not sure why. I'm fine. But yeah, that's weird. That's weird. I'm just now realizing a lot of things. I wonder, almost like there was some kind of timeline shift that really messed me up there. But because I don't usually make that mistake. But neither here nor there. It's been done. So I did the fire signs, which was supposed to be water signs, and I'm doing the air signs now. And then I will do timestamps for those two videos, come back and try to do earth and water, okay? So you guys, I'm looking at a hawk. That's why I'm looking off to the distance. I should be looking at you, but I'm looking at a hawk out here in my backyard. I'd flip it around if I could, but he's too far away. You wouldn't be able to see him. I've never seen him in that flower bed. That's why I'm looking at him. He's usually in the pond or hanging out in, you know, like one of the perches up here by the house. But he's way out in the far back flower bed, and I don't understand. He's probably eating the lizard. Who knows? It's Florida. They're everywhere. So, be a drink here. Sorry. All right, let's jump in, shall we? Let's do the collective first. Like I said, I'm going to do 2 oracle cards from the Forest Spirits. If you do follow me on Facebook, I do a pick a card on, let's see, I put the piles up on Fridays, read them on Saturdays in a live, and then for tomorrow I'm going to try to go live, and I usually try to go on Wednesdays as well, and I do free reads on the Facebook channel. I'd like, if I ever get a bigger following over here, to do some on this channel as well, but right now I'm just happy to be able to dip my toes in there again and start getting back on this channel. So we're 4 minutes and 19 seconds in. Let's go ahead and get started with the reading here. So this, like I said, is the collective portion of the reading for my air signs. We first have the water element here, and that's really funny because with the water signs, the fire signs, they didn't really get any water, not at all. So you do have a water element here. Purification, dive deep into the I think that's supposed to say emotions. Do you see it there? It doesn't say emotions though. It says erosions. Dive deep into your emotions, finding healing and renewal in the depths of your being. Okay? So you have that fairy spirit there, the elemental, with purification and water. And then you have patience with the snail. And it says, slow down and take care of yourself and know you will arrive in perfect divine timing. I like that. I love that so much. Okay, so let's go ahead and get your wild mystic cards, and then I'll go ahead and read from the book a little bit about each one of them. I don't read the whole pages. I kind of know mostly what they're about. I just want to make sure I'm getting guided to what spirit wants me to see in that card for you guys. So let's go ahead, just see what we get here. No way. You guys, so the last reading I did, they had bear spirit, but in the forest deck. So you do get the bear spirit here with rest. And you think about, I think what they're talking about here with the bear spirit is, you know how they go into hibernation in the winter and they rest, right? But they build up a lot of, you know, fats and stuff to sustain them through the winter, so that while they rest, their bodies can still maintain themselves, right? So that they are still healthy when they come out in the spring. They're gonna be really hungry, but they're still healthy. Okay, let's get one more card for you. And you get wisdom, the owl card. You know what? I've been seeing a lot of owls lately, so I really love that you got this owl card here with the wisdom. Okay, so we have purification with rest. And so what I think this is trying to say here between the two is, you know, like it's time to, like, diving into your emotions is something that we should do on a regular basis. It's kind of like one of those check-ins, right? Where we check in with how we're doing and with, you know, how stable are our emotions. And if we're not doing that on a regular basis, it's really easy for us to tip the scales on, you know, like to be a little bit out of alignment, right? So I think this is just saying to, you know, dive deep into your emotions, finding healing and renewal in the depths of your being. And then you also have that hibernate, which I would liken to maybe like the Hanged Man or the Hermit card, maybe a little bit of both. I just feel like that's kind of one of those, it's time for you to do maybe a little spiritual cleansing, per se. Then we're here with the snail spirit, with the patience, slow down and take care of yourself and know you'll arrive in perfect timing. You have the wisdom card, and that's that knowing card, right? That's that again, that's the Hierophant, right? Or even the High Priestess, where you have the knowledge and the knowing, and it's just time for you to slow down and rest in that, or come from a place of that knowledge, right? Maybe a little too much acting on emotions versus your knowledge of something, right? So be mindful that, you know, that you're practicing when to catch yourself in that kind of a situation. One of my favorite things to do, the minute, like even a half of a thought that is negative or lower vibrational comes through my mind, I'll stop and say cancel, delete. I just get that thing right out of there and I cancel it. I do not put that out into the ether. But maybe, you know, like starting to practice a few of those little things, because sometimes, I know my last work environment was in retail. And if you think about how many hundreds of people come through a Walmart store on any given day, it can be very trying for an empath, right? Or for a clairvoyant or a clairsentient being. You know, a lot of things that you're picking up, if you're not practicing, you know, continuous, often self-care, even if it's just a shower a day to cleanse your aura, like if you're not practicing continuous self-care, there's so much you can be picking up and not even realize it until you know, like have one of those, like me. I don't do negative emotions, and so if I have a negative, well, I'll cry. I mean, I'm not gonna say I don't do that. I mean, I don't snap at people, I don't yell at people, I don't complain to people. You know, I always try to, if somebody's complaining, I try to turn it around or redirect their thoughts or whatever, right? So when I feel myself start to have one, I'm like, uh-oh, something's out of alignment. I need to go take care of this, you know? So I feel like there's just that, you know, like the wisdom in knowing yourself and your spirituality and where you are in things, in divine, you know, alignment at this time, right? Because I feel like there's the possibility that things could be, thrown just a slight little bit out of alignment. And when your car's out of alignment, it steers like this, right? So we want it running smooth. We want your spirituality and your life and everything that you are doing running smooth. Okay, so that was the collective portion for Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. You guys have to stop and look at my paper. And now we're going to go ahead and start with Gemini. Gemini at 10:35. These are always easier if I write them down now versus having to go back and rewatch the videos. So for Gemini, please. All right, and you are showing up here as the Seven of Cups. A little bit of indecisiveness, and again, like if we're taking on too many emotions or feelings of other people, that could leave us feeling a little indecisive, because we know usually what it is that we want, what feels good to us, right? But when we're taking on a whole lot of other people's thoughts and wants and needs, we kind of can sometimes get lost in the shuffle. And I know this because I'm going to turn this down to the table, you guys. I'd rather have it on the cards than me. So I grew up in a house with 12 children, right? And it was so easy to get lost in the shuffle. I was on 3 gymnastics teams for 13 years every year, and so I was never home anyway. So it was easy for them not to notice when I was home or not home, because I was just never there. I was always at gymnastics. And so it's easy to get lost in the shuffle, or even lost in the shuffle of other people's thoughts, needs, and emotions, right? So make sure you're taking care of yourself. Again, that comes back to that purification and that rest and rejuvenate, right? And then lean on your own wisdom. What are my thoughts and feelings? And am I actually acting out of others' thoughts, needs, and wants, right? Because you have to take care of yourself first. You have to be that little bit of selfish, because if you're not coming from a good place, you can't help others 100%, right? So let's go ahead and look at your cards. So Gemini, you have here the Seven of Cups, right? And I'm talking about that, how it's easy to get lost in the shuffle, or just not know which way to go or what choice to make, right? And it's kind of like that little bit of confusing. And I liken this, I'm glad I likened it in the beginning to where I talked about work and retail. You may work in a place where it's very busy and a lot of people travel through or come through your workplace on a daily basis. And even if it's 25 people who work in an office together, that's still a lot of people's emotions, thoughts, and needs, and the baggage that they're bringing in from home or they're driving to work, right? So it's easy to pick up others. That scared me. My computer just fell on my foot underneath the desk, you guys. With my new setup, I don't have room for my computer on my desk right now, so it's underneath the desk, but it's hooked to the ring light, so confusing, but anyway, scared the crap out of me. All right, so in the past, you have the Three of Pentacles. Let's get back to it. I know I got thrown off there. So the Three of Pentacles talks about working with others, collaboration with others, right? To see a project through to the end. But in the Three of Pentacles, you can either show up as the architect or one of the helpers, right? And so are you showing up as the architect of your life, or are you showing up in the energy of other people? Okay, so I think that's kind of a question that you need to be asking yourself, and that might be where you need to do your purification processes at. You do have the Four of Pentacles, okay? So this could also be talking about, so there's two ways I can look at this. The Four of Pentacles talks about holding on too tightly because you're afraid there's not going to be enough later. So it's coming from a lack mentality, right? And it's saying, I don't know that I can make more. I'm afraid to, money can't work for you if it's not flowing. Just like water, it has to flow for it to continue to be fresh, right? So when something sits stagnant because it's being held onto too tightly, then everything kind of stutters and stops behind it, like becomes stagnant behind it, right? Until it starts flowing again. So I feel like, I'm not saying go blow all your money or your savings account or whatever, but in your mind, it's time to get rid of the lack mentality and start saying those affirmations of I am an attractor of money. Money loves me, or whatever it is. You can YouTube or Google many different ones. For everybody, something's gonna resonate with you, but I think it's time to stop holding on to something in your life a little too tightly. And whether it's money or not, but I kind of feel like it is, or even could be holding on to a job that you're unhappy with because you feel like you're not going to be able to make that much money going forward somewhere else, right? And if that's the case, know that that's not the truth. There's always going to be some place. It may not be the exact same money at first, but you can work yourself into that position again, right? So you have the, make sure I'm saying it right because you guys, I don't have my glasses on, the Three of Cups here. So with the Three of Cups, that's talking, there's cause for celebration. There's cause for celebration. And I feel like there's a better job or a promotion like literally on the horizon for you. And I feel like somehow you were stuck worrying about if you took this, for some of you, you may have been worried that if you take this promotion or go for the promotion or even apply for it, that somebody else at work would feel like you were stepping on their toes. Well, don't worry about it. Do it anyways, because you have, supporting your reading here, you have the Eight of Pentacles. This shows you mastering your craft. This shows you moving up and moving on, right, into something better or perfecting it or becoming the best at it that you can be. First off, you start out in the past with the Three of Pentacles, like you were working in collaboration with others, but now you can stand on your own 2 feet. Now you've mastered your craft. Now this is supporting your reading. So this is saying this is where you are. Even if you don't feel like it, it's time to change your mindset. Cancel, delete. Put it into your mind that this is where you belong to be, because your advice and your final outcome card is the King of Pentacles, right? So of all the kings, he's the one I'd want to be if I'm looking at job security. If I'm looking at, a boss that I can respect and work behind or get behind, I would want it to be the King of Pentacles. If I want to be that boss that others can get behind, I want to be the King of Pentacles, right? So that's a fair and honest king, and he gives as much as he receives, right? He is not a stingy king. So that's what your advice and your outcome card is the King of Pentacles. That's where you're headed, but there's just this little tiny hiccup here and maybe a little bit of, purification from other people's energy or negativity, or feeling like you're going to be stepping on somebody's toes. There's just a little bit of that you have to get through at this time, but I don't see anything negative whatsoever here for you. Okay, so Gemini, that is what I have for you. Thank you so much for letting me read for you. Let's go ahead and shuffle these cards, and then we can get into our Libra. Libra is going to be at 1800 for Libra. Ooh, hold on. You have a backwards card. I do not know how this happens every once in a while, but it does. Sun card. Nice. Okay, so if you saw the collective already, if not, there is a collective with the oracle cards up here, but I'll reiterate them for you, Libra, and they are, you have Rest with the bear, you have water element, is somebody eating watermelon? You have water element with purification, dive deep into your emotions, finding healing and renewal in the depths of your being, right? And that's a little water fairy. And then we have the snail spirit with patience, slow down, take care of yourself, and know you will arrive in perfect and divine timing. And then your final oracle card here is wisdom, and with the wisdom card is the owl, and that's, that's kind of, to me, the Hierophant or the high priestess, either or both. It's just that knowledge of knowing things, right? Knowing when something's right, when something's wrong. It's a base knowledge of knowing, right? And that's where wisdom comes from. So let's go ahead and get your tarot. All right, Libra, this is for you. You pulled your own major arcana card there, Libra. I like that. Bottom of the deck, the Hanged Man. Wow. Okay. Now, I did talk in the collective how, to me, the bear card with rest and the water element of purification can be likened to, one of the likenings that I gave it to was the hanged man, where he actually hangs himself upside down from a tree to gain enlightenment, right? To see things from a different perspective, to, kind of put the world on pause and go inward and, like get his true, bearings or understanding of a situation or even life in general. Hold on, let me take a drink. All right. So you start here with a victory over something. So you're coming from a really strong place right now. That's also a fire sign. And I love the Six of Wands. It's one of my favorite cards because it's kind of like a victory over, it's just something that makes you feel good. To me, it's like the mini sun card. Anyway, so you show up here as the Six of Wands. You show up in a place of, feeling really good, being celebrated possibly by others. You do have in the past here, though, in the recent past, you have the King of Cups. You guys, the last reading just got this too. So I was like, wait, hold on. In the exact same place. So the King of Cups shows up here for two of the air signs back to back in the recent past. So you could have Gemini in your chart, not necessary, but or even be dealing with a Gemini. If so, I would definitely go look at the Gemini reading. King showed up right in the exact same spot. But you did pull your own major arcana here for in your near future. You have the Justice card. So again, I like to see that with the Six of Wands here. You showing up as the Six of Wands and getting justice for something. So you're showing up in a winning position, getting justice for something, or just standing in your own power. Like something feels really good that you're winning over a battle here of something that wasn't feeling so good at one time, right? Well, it felt good, but then it didn't feel good. Like it felt good, and then it was, wait, this isn't good. Kind of like it flip-flopped on you. So let's go ahead and look at your cards here together. So you get the Page of Wands, okay? Now, all pages are earthbound. All pages are messengers. And they come with a message. So this is the messenger of wands, right? This is your Page of Wands. And he's coming with, like a sliver of hope. And I don't know why there's a sliver of hope after a celebration and justice. But even if so, maybe there's a glimmer of hope for if there was the hope of a reconciliation with somebody, or to see a new way forward with somebody. Maybe this new path forward is opening up for you, or it's going to be shown to you very soon. You have the Four of Pentacles. Now this is again another similarity to the Gemini reading, but they did not have it in the support card. So this is your support card. And so the Four of Pentacles here as the support is maybe, and it's going to be just the opposite possibly as Gemini, whereas it tends to say that you're holding on too tightly. Maybe it's just giving you, because it is in the support position, right? It's supporting all of this happening for you, but maybe you need to slow down on maybe watch some of your spending, maybe cut out a few things out of the budget that are unnecessary. It's just kind of like saying maybe there are some ways that you can hold back from spending so much, right? Or maybe there's a few leaks. Maybe there's a few things like maybe you support a couple channels that, for 99 cents a month or $1.99 a month or even $4.99 a month that you forgot you were supporting, or you just never took the time to figure out how to unfollow them or unsupport them, but that's a small drain when you have multiple channels, or maybe you have Netflix, Hulu, Paramount, Amazon Prime, all of these, and you don't need all of those channels, because when was the last time you watched Amazon Prime? 3 months ago, right? For me, I watched it, I think it was the day before yesterday, and I couldn't find anything I wanted to watch on there, and the last time I'd watched it had been like 5 weeks prior. So, that's definitely $100 and something I can save a year by just cutting out that Amazon Prime, because I honestly don't even shop from them that much anymore. So just little places where you can probably, you know, like pull back on spending extra money that maybe doesn't necessarily need to be spent at this time. But all else though, everything else is just like going like gravy on mashed potatoes. And then you have that Four of Pentacles there in the support, and that's why I tend to think that maybe there is some money being spent in a couple of little places that necessarily doesn't have to be spent there, but that's up to you if you want to continue to spend it there, right? This is just a tarot giving you advice, and I'm just a reader of the tarot. Okay, so then you have the Six of Cups here. So they're definitely, this King of Cups, remember, he's in your recent past. This King of Cups, who's in your recent past, could be coming back around, possibly, if this is love, or whoever this King of Cups represented in your, it could be a father, you know, a significant other, blur signs and genders. It could just be somebody who was nurturing you, who was, you know, very nurturing and caring in your life, coming back around. However, it doesn't have to be, but you do have 2 sixes. So if you came into your reading looking for an answer to something, you have 2 sixes, which is automatically, unofficially a yes. If you had a question, a yes or no question, you do have the Six of Wands with the Six of Cups, right? But the Six of Cups is also childlike energy, childlike enthusiasm. It doesn't always have to mean somebody from your past, but it also could mean a past life, right? So you could have a connection from a past life that is, and it could just be somebody remind you of somebody in a past life, and you don't even know that until you do some meditating or get some spiritual guidance or whatnot to see more clearly who and what this person can be in the Six of Cups. But definitely, if you came here with a yes or no question, the answer is going to be a yes there. And I really like that for you. So Libra, that was a sweet little read for you. And we are going to, it's at 27. We're going to jump over to Aquarius, 27 something. All right, Aquarius. And then, you guys, I'm going to take a break. I'm going to do the timestamps for my 2 videos that I've put up for today. And then I will come back and do Earth and Water. I think I just put that one card in there upside down. Oh. Aquarius. I'm going to change that to 2800 Aquarius just because. Okay, so Aquarius, your oracle cards, oh shoot, I just picked them up. There has to be a psychic slip in that. So you had Bear Spirit, you had the water element, you had wisdom, and holy cow. Let's see, what was your other oracle card? The snail. Patience? Was that it? Yeah, I think so. But again, that part of the reading was done in the very beginning. So in the collective portion of the beginning was the oracle card part of the reading, and then your individual tarot. So sorry about that. I did pull up your oracles because I thought we were moving on already. But anyways, Aquarius. Neither here nor there. Thank you, Aquarius, for being here. Let's go ahead and get through this reading for you. And then I'll take a little break. I hear something pounding out there. I don't know what it is. Nice. I love when she comes out. All right, Aquarius. Oh, let's go ahead and get. Okay. And you have the Seven of Wands at the bottom of the deck. I think that's going to be significant here. Seven of Wands followed by the Empress. Oh my gosh, that was today's collective card on Facebook for my page. Okay, you got really great cards at the bottom of the deck. So let's go ahead and look at your cards. So you show up here as the Queen of Wands, the sexy, the beautiful, all eyes on me kind of queen. So you show up here as the Queen of Wands. Blur signs and genders. There may have been a psychic slip in there too. In your recent past, you have the Page of Cups. So again, so all three of my air signs just got a page in their reading, and I think that's pretty cool. But you have the Page of Cups, right? And the pages, again, even though this is a water sign, the cups, pages are earthbound. They are the same as pentacles in the sense that they are earthbound. They are materialistic. They can be looked at as materialistic things, right? So this is something that is coming in that will bring your emotions to a place of, you know, but it actually came in the past. Again, we're looking at your past cards, right? So this is your recent past. Page of Cups. Something came in. Something made you maybe possibly feel a little emotional. And if that's the case, remember you did have the water spirit. Oh, where'd she go? I just saw her. With purification, this was one of your oracle cards, right? And it's again saying, dive deep into your emotions, finding healing and renewal in the depths of your being. So I feel like this is going with this card here. I feel like it's just talking about, you know, maybe finding a little bit of purification. Again, it also could just be something that came in to your environment, into your life, that had you a little bit in your feelings, right? Or had you a little bit emotional. But you're looking good. You're feeling good with that Queen of Wands here, right? You have the Knight of Pentacles. So if pages are messengers, knights are the gifter, right? They bring the gift. They bring it into actuality. They are the first part of the royal court, right? So you got the knight, the queen, the king. So the Knight of Pentacles talks about, it's funny, you have fire, water, earth, Scorpio, fire, air. All right, let's talk about this. Recent past, you had that Page of Cups, right? You're still showing up here as the Queen of Wands, so you're still showing up with all eyes on you possibly, or, you know, just in a really good looking position for your life, for your situation, or whatever this is for you. With that Knight of Pentacles, right, something is coming in. Something is either in the mail on the way to you, or papers, a contract. Something's coming in for you to take a look at and take a closer look at. Again, he is very slow and methodical. Whatever this is, it could be from an attorney or somebody who would definitely have proofreaders on it. You know, it could be a manuscript if you're into that. You do have the Queen of Pentacles here, right? So it goes into the Queen of Pentacles. Whatever this Knight of Pentacles goes into the Queen of Pentacles. So you got your second Pentacle Court card right here, and they're coming in succession. So literally 2 cards in succession in the Pentacles shows me that something is growing for you. Something is on the upswing, or going to be very soon on the upswing for you. Supporting the entire reading, though, is you have the Death card here. Death and transformation, rebirth, something almost like you had something in your life, again, whatever this Page of Cups was, you know, that it had to come to an end. It had to stop. It had to remain in your past, and you had to kind of take a different road forward, right? I wouldn't be too worried about this, because you did get the Nine of Wands here in your advice and your outcome card, right? And that's the wounded warrior, but he represents persistence, right? And he represents continuing to fight the good fight, to, even though he's the wounded warrior, he's battle worn or whatever, he still continues to fight. Like, he's not ready to, to give up. And after the 9 comes the 10, and that's the end of that part of the journey, right? And you get to continue on. So it's like, don't give up. Don't give up. Let whatever die away, whatever happens, happen. We are coming into Scorpio season, so this could be something that's gonna all tie up with a nice little red bow for you in Scorpio season, Aquarius. So that would be really cool. That'd be really sweet, even if that was the case, right? Because that death card is represented by Scorpio, and it's sitting here as your support card for all the stuff to come, right? And if things have felt a little slow, possibly, even though you feel like things look good, maybe a little slower than you would like, maybe in Scorpio season it just kind of like slingshots forward, right? Because also in Scorpio season, don't we have our first eclipse? I believe we do, don't we? It's in October. Because that does also signify eclipse season. So eclipses can be springboards forward, right? So King of Swords, I asked for a clarification on your Nine of Wands. You do get the King of Swords, right? So you have a lot of royalty or court cards here with the Queen, the Knight, the Queen, and this King. And then at the bottom of the deck, you do have the Empress and the Hierophant. Oh my gosh. You just, I wouldn't even be worried. Like, whatever it is, continue on the path that you're taking. I just see nothing but progression happening for you here, because the King of Swords coming out with this Nine of Wands, right? Persistence, where, you know, like, know in your mind that everything happens, because that was your other one. That was what your other one was. Something about divine timing. This was your other oracle, was this patience, right? And it says, slow down and take care of yourself and know all will arrive in perfect divine timing. And that's what I'm saying here. Let the death card do its job, right? Let the death card transform. Let the rebirth happen. Let the transformation happen. Let the past stay in the past and move forward into your future. You know, like, there's that patience card, and I feel like that is what this is all leading you towards. This patience card, this Nine of Wands, into this King of Swords energy, right? So that is lovely. That is absolutely lovely. Again, I wish I hadn't pulled your oracle cards off the table before, because they were there and I would have seen that right away, but it clicked. I finally remembered what it said, and I was able to find it. So Aquarius, that is what I have for you. Thank you so much for letting me read for you. I believe that in the description box, or in the description of this video, you can find the link to my Facebook page if you want to follow me over there. I do I do a pick a card on Fridays, and I read them live on Saturday. Some Saturdays and definitely Wednesdays I do free readings live. I'll go back on the channel or the page, and I'll do some live readings if people are interested. But yeah, so this week's pick a cards are actually up. They will get read tomorrow because I had to fall 2 days behind to take care of some family business. But they are going up, and they'll be up just in time for the beginning of this week. And for, let's see, Mercury enters Virgo tomorrow. What else is going on? We got Mercury entering Virgo tomorrow. You can find your September horoscopes are up on my Facebook page as well. Again, you'll find that link in the description box below. Thank you guys for letting me read for you. I love you all so much. Satnam.